Welcome back to the Ballsack Podcast.
What up, Sack Squad?
We are back for another week of stupidity for you. You know,
we are the lovable idiots.
the lovable idiots.
That's what we should have named the pod.
The lovable idiots. I don't think anyone loves us.
But yeah, true.
That's true. We always ask for their hate.
But they
comments.
can learn to love us.
We're gonna force them.
I've tried to learn to love you guys, and it's hard.
We're gonna be like an abusive relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
You will love us. No choices.
Or we just gaslight them.
Like, don't be stupid, but follow us and love us.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Stop being so crazy, God.
Insane.
So how was y'all's weeks?
It's good.
Chilling.
Excuse me. Yeah, good. Getting used to the whole work thing is it's been fun. It's been fun to kind of just be around people a lot more, and it's also fun to like I've been going to the store as a customer and like to kind of be on the other side. It's like it's interesting to kind of see how it all works, right? And like now, like when you guys talk about it, I can be like, I kind of get it now, right? So like it's cool to kind of like be part of a company that like I guess I've supported for a long time. So in that regard, it's cool. Learning the computer system is a pain in the ass, as I'm sure you both know, because for some fucking reason the F buttons are everything. That goddamn
They are the key.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
They are the key.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I think the more I just do like
It's
transactions,
just a lot of
Dude,
repetition.
You're gonna do it so much that you're just gonna get
10,
you're gonna be
10,
fluent.
12, and 5 are like my go-tos for everything.
You'll learn everything. It'll literally be like at a certain point, it'll be muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
Like, you don't
talking
go
and like
over.
like still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that like I might have a bit of trouble with is returns, and when people want to pre-order things, just like getting into those separate menus and then all that jazz.
Readers
Yeah.
are super easy. Returns.
Are we really talking about...
That's true. We probably shouldn't be talking about
We're really
work.
talking about
Jesus
work? Come on, guys.
Christ.
Come on, guys.
I'm excited.
He's excited about his work. Okay, he's excited. Let him be excited.
I know that you have had a bad week at work. Doesn't mean I have to have one.
I didn't have a bad week. It was just like...
It was a week.
It was a week. It was a very challenging week, but I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah, no, week was chilling.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Nothing exciting really happened. Just, a lot of Dragon Ball news and...
Yep. There's been a lot of
There's been a lot of news.
A lot of news.
Realistically,
going on.
in like entertainment and gaming, all of that. So, yeah, it's just been crazy stuff, man.
All right, let's get into some of them.
Yeah.
We got
We're
JJK
done. We're getting into anime right now. So
right away.
anime sequence.
Yeah.
Transition.
Anime intro.
Yeah.
Transition.
Gojo died.
Gojo did die. No, just play. No. So JJK, Gojo got sealed.
Yeah, that was a bit a while ago.
That was a bit of a
I
while.
think that was
yeah.
like a major thing though.
That was
Yeah,
a big
it
thing.
was.
And then we got the Seance episode last week.
Yeah, which we didn't speak on.
We totally skipped that.
Yeah.
Big fights happened.
Big fight.
Big fights happened. Yuji and Megumi
Versus Mario.
versus Mario.
First, I was gonna say Netro, but yeah, it's
Netro and Mario
Metro?
hybrid.
Metro.
Metro.
Mario.
Whoa. Okay, that's a good
Mario.
one. Yeah, Mario. The dude's power of inverse was pretty cool. Not being able to.
So if I'm not mistaken, the harder you hit him, the less
damage he takes.
That's what it was,
But
yeah,
the
okay.
lighter damage, the lighter the damage is, or the hit is, the more
Yeah.
damage he takes. But he's able to manipulate, because like if it was if he maximized it, a gust of wind would have just killed him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's able to
you
manipulate.
could have like flicked him and he died.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, and
It'd
he
just be wind.
yeah, exactly.
dropped
And so like they had a big fight. Megumi figured out like what his power was, and they fucking worked him.
They
Yeah.
worked
They
it.
fucking worked him good.
Yep.
He got wrecked.
I really like the thought process that goes into the fights and the enemy's abilities in JJK.
It's very
I just
unique.
find them very unique. Like Inverse isn't something that's like new, but the way they did it was very nuanced.
For me, it's very reminiscent of Nen abilities from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
I actually had this
Because of the
conversation with Sam earlier, and we were talking about that. And it's like Nen already is pretty complex with all the stuff that it can have going on in the different branches. And then there's like rules and exceptions and promises within Nen that you can make for them to gain more power and like different abilities. curse techniques are kind of in that same realm.
Yeah.
They're kind of in that same realm. And as we get further on, because
You even lost track of shit.
homie, your mind is gonna be like, what is going on? With all the reverse detects and domains, simple domain, like what the fuck is happening? I
think I think it maybe is going to be explained. I feel like it's going to be explained a lot better in the anime than maybe you can read it.
We'll see.
Just because I feel like they have a little bit more, they could put a little bit more in there.
Sure.
To make it just flush it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I would say the same thing. Yeah, they're very reminiscent of Nen abilities. The depth is what's cool because like they really think about all of the ins and outs of certain abilities,
right,
and how everything kind of works within the world, and the fight scenes that they craft with all of that cool depth in ability just turns out really, really cool. Because I just think that they craft those fight scenes so effortlessly, and they just look perfect. Like there's never a point in the fight scene where I'm like, they could have done it this way, or they could have done it this way, or it felt kind of boring, or oh, he killed him too quick. It's like, no, they're perfectly timed.
Right.
Like they have every beat for a fight scene that you want in an anime.
Fair.
They hit all of it.
That's fair.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the last episode. It was very interesting. I think all those abilities. I think the idea that they had. I don't remember his name. Is it Ino, the dude with the mask?
Honestly, I can't remember
his name.
Do you remember his name?
I know, like yeah, it's like INO.
Yeah, something along the lines of that. It was his fight with the grandma and the nephew who can like transform. I think that was a super dope like fight scene just because there you go. The fight scene was like kind of the same abilities going up against each other.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
The grandson turning into
Toji
was pretty tight.
Was nuts.
Dude beat the shit out of
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's Toji.
Yeah, that's fair. You can't fuck with him.
Like legit, he almost killed Gojo.
Yeah, he did.
He almost killed Gojo. That's insane. You think that dude with the mask is even gonna hold a dime to this dude?
No, not at all.
Not even a chance.
I think what made it even scarier is like once he kind of like yeeted off the building, and the grandma was like, "Okay, now I'll go do X, Y, Z." Toji stops and he's like, "You think you can control me?" And that's when I was like, "Uh-oh." Because now he's back.
Yeah.
His body was greater than that dude's soul.
Which is insane to think.
Legitimately
insane to think. And that
that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, and she was even like, "This can't be true. Like this can't happen, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then as Cooper said before we started,
I will say we're getting into the episode after. Do we want to still talk about the last episode or jump right into the newer episode?
Is that not the same episode?
No, it's not.
I'm sorry. Pardon me.
Finish your thought, and then we'll jump into that episode.
Yeah, we can jump into that episode,
and then
I think the last episode was just an amazing episode.
Yeah, and then as you stated before the episode, that flash up was sleek as shit.
Yeah. So like when we got into last episode, we started out and we see Toji take over the dude's body, and
what did he eat in the vial?
That was to transform him.
Was that like a piece of Toji?
That's a good question.
I thought they needed a piece of whatever to transform into it.
Yeah, I think it might have been like a piece of Toji or something like maybe something to do with Toji.
I don't know.
I don't exactly know what
and
it
the
was,
reason
but
why like I was confused is because like I binged like all the episodes up until now. That's why I always thought it was like the same episode.
Okay.
So that's on me.
Yeah, no, that was
the previous episode.
The previous
yeah,
episode.
Okay, yeah.
But this episode, when he fully takes over the nephew and he flash steps over to grandma
and control alt deletes her
and nukes her with the power of God. Like that grandma did not feel a thing because she didn't have a skull left after Toji was done with her. He made her skull mashed potatoes.
Yeah. But now it begs the question, like, you probably know, but it's like, is he like back for good? Is he gonna die again? Like, what's gonna happen with
Yeah,
Toji, right?
that's something we're gonna see.
Again, you often
But
know.
something
What happens when you make a heavenly pact? Toji fuck shit up.
Toji.
Yeah. So this last episode
Yeah.
that just aired, where Nanami basically
He's
became
Batman. He's Batman.
He became fucking Batman this
Homie,
episode.
when he busted through that window and he's like, how many people have you killed? I
No,
was
not
like,
even. When he started wrapping up his hand in his fucking tie, and it was like, okay, you know this dude's about to fuck.
Dude walked in and you could see the vascularity through his button.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Homie was yoked.
The homie was. He took Tren.
Yeah, that's...
He had to have taken
Trend
Tren. He was on whatever LeBron James was on.
Yeah.
The dude was huge.
Yeah, but it's just like when he's walking towards him and he's like, how many people have you killed? And like the guy's like, oh, this guy thought that was strong. And then gets fucking right hooked and goes flying across the goddamn store.
I think the fact that before that he
Slashed him and then he kicked him.
so he's actually, we should lead this up a little bit better. He's toying with Nobunara.
Nobara.
Or Nobara, sorry. I said Nobunara, my bad. Nobara.
Nobunaga.
Nobunaga. No, Nobara. He's toying with her and the blonde, what are they called? Supervisors?
Yeah.
The blonde supervisor. He's legitimately like toying with them. Like he is stabbing
He got the blonde's
legs.
like,
He's like,
Achilles right out.
yep.
From her.
He's messing them up. So he's torturing them slowly for like what feels like forever. It was probably like a 3-minute scene of him like just toying with them. Well, Nobar is trying to attack him, but she's just getting clobbered. And then Nanami breaks a window right before he's about to just off them.
Yeah.
And he turns around and Nanami walks in. Just, I gotta say, he walked in with dick swinging, just hitting the thighs, just ready to mess him up. Walks up, how many people have you killed? He's like, ha, you think I'm gonna tell you that? Slashes up, not a scratch on him. He hit him with a sword all the way up, didn't even touch him. He just stood there. How many did you kill?
It was when the sword didn't slash, I'm like, uh-oh. This
And then
dude's dead.
he kicked him, and he said, what? The force of a wall? And it didn't even move him. It was just impact came back.
Yeah.
And then
Homie gets decked.
he asked him one more time. He's like, let me ask you this. I saw a bunch of supervisors on the way here. Were you the one who killed them? And he said, I don't, and just clocks him. Yeah. Right hook to the jaw, just straight into his face.
Did he like
flies.
skip across like
He
kiosks?
He went through a mall kiosk and nailed a wall.
Yeah.
And he's in this like glass showcase style thing, laying there, and he thinks he died.
He's like, yeah. He's like, did I die?
He's like, I died? He's like, what? No.
Okay.
He was only
So-
saved by.
No. His curse technique is actually, if you see
The marks under his eyes,
is that-
the purple
that-
ones.
That's his lives.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's his lives. So he actually died.
So he did die.
He did die.
Oh.
Insane.
Interesting.
He died from a right hook.
Yeah.
The right hook killed him.
Nanami was above that level. Like, above what his
Dude was
is.
like, I need to get out of here. Tries crawling out.
No, Nanami
And
picks him up by the
Nanami
fucking
grabs him.
ponytail.
What
By
happens
the
after
ponytail.
shook my soul.
Dude, it was I told Sheldon.
That's where Mappa really put a lot of money into just
Yeah.
that one scene to
Dude.
make him seem so menacing and
this-
just yoked to shit. Like the homies delts, his fucking
biceps were hugging the
everything
sleeves of
were just ripping almost out of his shirt, and he spoke to him in a Batman-esque way.
Oh,
that
yeah.
just put the fear of God in this dude.
When the camera was like right here, and he's like, "How many people did you kill?" I was like,
No.
I was like,
He
dude, just
didn't
tell
say
him.
that. He said he switches to like what numbers of your allies or how many
Oh, yeah,
how
thank
many
you, yeah.
of your allies are there and what are their locations?
Yeah,
And
homie's like crying.
dude's
almost.
crying. He's like,
I'm
and then
sorry.
he
I'm
asked-
sorry.
He asked him one more time. He's like, what's the number? No. He says, I don't. And then he punches his stomach with the force of God
Okay, wait.
and blows up
Yeah.
the wall.
Wait. This punch shook my soul.
Dude, crushed. He. That was another death. There's no shot. There's no shot that it wasn't another death. But then what he does after that, I closed the application for Crunchyroll. I swiped up and I walked away. I was at the dinner table. I was like eating dinner by myself and I'm watching this and I swiped up, got up and walked off. I'm like, I can't do that. What happens next was just disrespectful.
Literally.
Holding him by the ponytail.
Like,
still.
Up. Yeah.
Still. Okay.
Ask the same question.
Ask the same question again. Dude's literally just crying. He just says, I'm sorry. And Nanami drops him.
Let's go the ponytail.
Let's go, okay? He Gon style charges up his arm, like full wind up. Like,
Again, this was like a Hunter x Hunter episode.
dude, it legit was.
the last
This was a
episode-
John Ken Rock, bro. This was him powering up. His fist was winded fully back, and then he hits him with the power
Of 1,000
of
suns.
1,000 suns.
What was more disrespectful is homie was on the way down.
Dude, on the way down from the let go. Like,
Let go.
and then he nukes him. He flies through the mall, outside of the mall, into another mall.
And then
Across the street.
And then the sign from that mall falls.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Are you okay?" to Nobara. And I was like, "You just killed him, man, but okay."
Dude's, like, he's gone. Like, there's nothing left of him. There's no body parts. There's nothing. He's smithereens.
Yeah. What impressed me is how fast he let go, cocked the punch, and hit him.
Full wind up, dude. He was in the position, dude. He was this.
Yeah.
Squat and everything, ready. And then just throws it.
Yeah.
Insane.
I don't know.
It was a banger of an episode.
Banger.
It was a banger of
It
an
was a
episode.
10.
Yeah.
It was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. You got to see the wrath of Nanami, like, hardcore.
It was crazy though. The previous scene when, like, if I'm not mistaken, he was at like dinner with Ino, and Nanami was just talking. He was
Yeah.
just like calm dude. And then the next scene, he's Batman.
Well, it's the fact that when he found the supervisor and he's holding him over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's walking through.
Also, thank God that dude didn't die.
Yeah, but like the fact that he saw all of these assistant supervisors like who are dead along the way, and he found the dude who works with him a lot. That's when he just lost it.
Yeah.
That's when he
But
just
like,
lost it.
but what just like made this episode so good is that, like, the previous episode, Nanami is just this calm dude just having tea with a friend, and then the next one, he's just jacked as shit on a killing spree. I'm
Well,
just
the thing
like,
is-
that's crazy to me.
The thing is, at this point, who's stronger, Nanami or Itadori?
I don't know.
That's a question. That's
Itadori still is.
You think so?
Yeah.
With the power that he just generated.
I mean, in the beginning of that episode, he punched the fucking barrier and it rattled the barrier.
true.
Nanami couldn't even do that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
true, yeah.
We just haven't seen Itadori go up against somebody like that where he's just absolutely brutalizing
Where he turns into
them.
Batman?
It's brutal. It's just a brutal episode. I think after that,
The end of that episode is Yuji going up against the eldest brother.
Yeah.
The eldest cursed brother.
yeah.
And that's where it ends.
That's where it ended, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
and
So
that's where it ends.
we're hyped up. We got what is it? Like 3 more days before next episode airs from when we're filming this, right? Thursday, it's Monday. 3 days?
Yeah,
Tuesday,
yeah.
Wednesday,
Yep.
Thursday, yeah. So we got 3 days. We're hyped. Right? You guys hyped? Ready for
I'm
it?
excited.
I'm hyped.
You
I
guys,
feel like this
you
arc
guys are gonna get so fucked up over the next episode.
I feel like this.
Pat knows what I'm talking about.
I feel like this arc
you
is just
you
like.
guys are gonna get so fucked. You guys are gonna get fucked up hard over the next episode. You won't even believe what's gonna happen.
Dude, I was fucked up on this episode. This episode was crazy.
Try to guess what happens.
Try to guess?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. What do you think is gonna happen?
Something's gotta happen.
I'm gonna guess someone dies.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I honestly think it's gonna be something to do with Sukuna.
When you
I
think
don't
someone's
know
gonna
what.
die, do you think someone's gonna die on like Itadori's side or on the curse's side?
Itadori's.
What about you're
I
excited for what
just
again?
said Sukuna will show up in some form or facet. I
Okay.
don't know what it is. I can't tell you, but like I feel like Itadori is going to get something is gonna happen and Sukuna's gonna come.
Gotcha.
Because I remember there was
Itadori is gonna let him, or he'll be forced to.
Do you guys want to?
no because I think no.
Do you want me to confirm or deny?
No. No,
No?
don't, because no, don't.
Don't
Don't do it.
Okay.
But
No, okay. Cool.
but I think
Cool.
I think Sukuna's gonna come out because he made the pact with Itadori in the first season.
Yeah.
There was a pact with him, and the pact is that he can come out at any time when he wishes, but he can't kill anyone.
Not his friends.
Not his friends. Yeah, not his friends. So he can't kill anyone that's related to like Itadori, on like Itadori's side. So I think something to do with that, although I have no idea. I've never read it. So this is all speculation from my side. So
Cool.
I don't know. So I'm interested to see. So we're all hyped up, ready for it?
Oh yeah.
Do we want to talk about kaiju real quick?
Yeah,
No?
I think we get into kaiju.
No? We can leave it for after. We can
Okay,
leave
yeah.
it
I
for-
think I want to go into it. Just a little bit, short segment.
Yeah. 2 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll talk about it for a couple minutes.
Let's-
I think you'll be into it.
I've heard nothing but good things. You guys have been telling me good things. People I've been talking to have been telling me
Did
good
you
things.
tell me to start it?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Because it's not your typical shonen where like it's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
It's an actual grown man who's in his 30s.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I like
Who's like a fucking. He's a janitor for the world.
That's sick.
Yeah. So when the kaijus appear, there's these giant monsters, and they fuck shit up. This military brass goes and fucks them up. His job is to go clean,
You know how
That's
in
sick. I like that.
you know how in
and he's the
event-
best cleaner. He's the best cleaner.
You know how
he knows how
in-
to like remove.
He's
parts
a
and stuff.
Roomba.
Yeah. Well, no, better than a Roomba.
You know how like in Avengers after like the aftermath.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
The
and then
cleanup
like
crew.
they have he's like that for that.
It's been a while, but how does he turn into one again?
Should we talk about that?
We can.
If it's spoiler territory, if it's like
It's not because it's like literally right in the first episode.
Yeah.
It guaranteed is going to be the first episode.
Okay.
Yeah. A thing flies into him. Like a little.
So a kaiju flies. He like
it's like a mini kaiju.
yeah. I
Like
think
the size of a fucking.
yeah. It like forces
Swallow.
itself into him. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, his friend is in the hospital, and that's where he is. And it happens, and he's behind a curtain, friend, and the friend's like, "Hey man, are you okay?" And he opens the curtain, and he's a walking humanoid kaiju, and he's, "Yeah man, I'm fine." And the friend's like,
What the fuck?
yeah, he freaks out, and he goes, "What are you talking about?" And then he looks in the mirror, and he like, and then he freaks out, and that's how it kind of starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good like comedic / serious hardcore anime.
I think I'll be into it. I mean, everybody knows that my favorite anime is One Punch Man.
I just hope after the first season they get better animation.
True.
Yeah, because I'm not.
No. Your favorite anime is High School DxD.
High School DxD.
Correction.
Oh, I love High School
Correction.
DxD. Actually, it's probably Prison
Correction or erection.
School. Prison School?
Bit of both.
Prison
Bit of
School
both.
is fire.
But yeah, our fear is like the animation.
I still got to get you that DVD of the live action.
the animation is a bit like cartoony. That's our fear.
Yeah,
Just from the art style.
it's too rounded compared to the manga, which is a lot more sharper edges and it looks a little bit more hard. Yeah.
But I mean, we will see.
Yeah.
so-
Well, we'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm excited to kind of see it in live action now. See how like the things play out that we've seen. Right.
That's fair. So, done with the anime. We
think
get into
so.
Microsoft. Microsoft has now sealed the deal in finality with Activision-Blizzard King. They now 100% own them and everything that they own. The deal passed. They were literally waiting for the UK to pass to accept their terms of
Yeah.
agreement, and they finally did. And now they own like one of the biggest conglomerates in gaming. The biggest conglomerate.
Microsoft out here just.
It's
fucking-
probably the biggest conglomerate in gaming, in like home console gaming, realistically.
Yeah.
Like the multi-billion-dollar company that has got multi-billion-dollar franchises.
Yeah, they have all of they have every big studio except Rockstar.
Yeah, that's true.
Every like
Yeah.
major one except Rockstar at this point.
Well, Rockstar is owned by like 2K and Interactive is what they're called. So they're completely separate. I don't think they're ever gonna get bought.
I don't
out.
think they'll ever get bought up because I mean Rockstar just prints money.
They make more than enough money.
They're Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're
But what does this mean in terms of the gaming industry now? Like, do you think with Microsoft's track record of just killing studios, do we think they're gonna allow them to just have free reign over creativity and take their time, or do you think Phil Spencer learned from Redfall and Bethesda and how fucking garbage fire that game was. Yeah, see, dog agrees with me.
Oh my.
Connor agrees.
What's wrong?
Or do you think he learned from that and is going to make sure Blizzard Activision is doing better things?
I hate you.
Yeah, I really don't see Activision making a big push off of this. I think they're just gonna stick to their guns and just continue to print COD. I think realistically, I think Microsoft bought themselves the biggest crutch that they could have.
Now hold on, you played the beta for Modern Warfare 3. What did you think about it?
I mean,
Did it feel any like we know it's not any different
side
from Modern Warfare
canceling
2.
was like the big thing that everyone's like, oh my god, about.
But side canceling was in other previous Call
but
of
not
Duty
in the
games.
last one, which everyone hated. That's like
So
that was.
so it's not a new
Modern Warfare 2
feature.
wasn't hated. They just hated that fact wasn't
No,
it.
it was hated.
What?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people tell me that
Over
liked
time,
it.
sorry, pardon me. Over time, people are like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, so over time.
Yeah.
That's every COD game though. There's almost, I mean, excluding like the prime.
That's not necessarily true.
No, prime time COD. Although the past like 10 Call of Duties have probably been that way.
I've heard people say that like COD 3 from like multiplayer and like Warzone from what they played, this is what Warzone 2 should have been. Yeah, so it's like the whole cyberpunk thing where it's like now this is what the game should have been then.
Regardless of that, COD's always going to print money. They just will. People buy whole consoles just for Call of Duty because it's a baseline game, it's a bare minimum game, it's something that anybody can really pick up and play.
There was at one point I bought COD.
See, I don't know though, because I don't remember where I read it, but I was reading that like reservations for COD was down 60% year over year.
People aren't reserving it.
No,
But they will pick it up. It's going to be a
Yeah.
holiday smash like it does every year. It's going to
Do you think it's gonna do as well as all these other games though? Like we got Baldur's Gate, we got Starfield, Spider-Man 2 is coming out in a few days.
I think it beats out everything.
I don't think so.
In terms of sales,
This year?
beats out everything.
This year? I don't think it
Beats
will.
out everything. I can almost guarantee it because like you look at any year where like games come out, unless it's something that's absolutely massive, that's global, like not just a PlayStation exclusive, a Microsoft exclusive, a Switch exclusive. If it's a game that is released on all platforms, that is huge blockbuster AAA, then yes. The only game that I could see beating it out at this point in terms of sales is like GTA 6. GTA 6 will be the biggest game of the decade.
And we'll see. We'll see. I'm not convinced,
But-
really, but we'll see what happens.
Like COD's just a staple, but it's I think.
But back to my question about like
Yeah.
how do you guys think it's gonna affect the industry now that they own this giant
I
conglomerate?
don't think it does. I don't think it makes a big difference. The biggest thing is now we're gonna have a bunch of COD heads who now are not on the PlayStation bandwagon, but are gonna jump to Microsoft. You're gonna have a few people jumping board, for sure.
Well, they won't be because Call of Duty is going to be available on Sony for the next 10 years.
No, it will be. It will be for the next 10 years for sure. But I'm pretty
Can you
sure.
imagine that they only make Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and then they don't make another Call of Duty for the next 10 years? And they're like, sorry, your deal's up. You don't have to fucking support you anymore. That'd be wild as shit. Just out of like bitter pettiness, just to be like, sorry, Sony, yeah, we're not making another Call of Duty. We're just going to support this one.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking wild.
that is pretty wild. I guess the thing with Activision is, yeah, they're just gonna print Call of Duty. They're gonna print like all of their games that are pretty simple to make, right? All of their simplistic games, and then they're just gonna have Blizzard making whatever Blizzard's gonna make. Overwatch 2 right now, and that's gonna make a bit of money for them. And I think Microsoft this is just a crutch for them. I don't think it changes the gaming landscape in any way.
Do you think they're going to give them autonomy over how they develop things, or is Phil Spencer actually going to put his foot down?
No, he gives them autonomy. They're going to be the only ones who have autonomy.
But he let Bethesda do that, and look at what happened with Redfall and Bethesda.
Yes, absolutely. I think that Kona, what's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna chime in. I think physical sales will drop a lot.
Yeah, I can see that being
Physical
a thing.
sales.
For sure.
Because you know how Game Pass is.
Oh, yeah.
Is it going Game Pass?
No. I'm gonna speak on this a little bit. So, in the deal that they made with Activision, their games won't be on Game Pass day one.
They shouldn't.
Or maybe it was just Call of Duty. I can't remember. But they made a deal like that because Bethesda, the head of Bethesda made a comment and it was like, we never got that kind of a deal.
Yeah.
All of our games have to be on Game Pass day one.
Well, that kind of kills the question that I had then.
What was the question?
Well, like, if COD and or Warzone was on Game Pass day one, do you think that'd kill COD?
No. Well, Warzone is already free to play.
Yeah.
So that's not going to kill anything because their money's all
but
seasons passes and
But
microtransactions.
if COD's on there, do you think that like not kill COD but hurt COD?
Technically would hurt Microsoft if they did that. Let's be real, that would hurt them. I think we look at Starfield, we don't know what sales numbers are. We just know that it's on Game Pass and that's it, right? They can't even report anything. What that also does is with developers is if they have any sort of incentive bonuses where they have to sell X amount of copies or digital copies for them to get their bonus, it's never going to happen. Point in case, that's what happened with the developers of Outriders and Square Enix publishers. When it came to their financial meetings to deliver out bonuses, they literally told those developers, sorry, you don't get a bonus because you guys didn't sell that many copies or hit the targeted number of copies that you were supposed to hit because of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because of Game Pass day one. It fucked them. And a lot of bigger companies were like, yeah, we're probably not going to put our games on Game Pass day one. I'm pretty sure Interactive, the people of 2K, they stated that like we would never put GTA day one on Game Pass because we could sell more copies than what Microsoft can offer.
It would kill the sales.
Yeah,
easy.
100%. And I think it's great for smaller games that don't get a whole lot of love and a whole lot of time to shine. But for big conglomerate games, I don't see that making any sense for them financially. It just doesn't make sense. Like if it's Capcom, sure, because Capcom, how much money are they really going to make off a game sale? They're not as big as they used to be. Resident Evil maybe is their moneymaker now, but if somebody were to bring out another Devil May Cry, do you think it would do as well? No. So that being on Game Pass would probably be beneficial for them because then other people would be like, oh, okay, maybe I will buy this game because it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm seeing with the Game Pass thing is, yeah. But that's the deal that Activision has with them when they got signed on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think they'd be shooting themselves in the foot. I think that just almost throws that makes my my point a little bit more significant in the fact that I think it's a crutch for them. This is a money crutch because I think just with the last decade of Microsoft games, the biggest game we've had released is Starfield, and how did that do?
We don't even know. There's no sales numbers.
There's no sales numbers.
There's no sales numbers realistically.
I don't think there's many people playing
It's all
Starfield.
Game Pass.
It's all Game Pass, but I mean, look at how many people are streaming it. It was super hot for like a week, 2 weeks.
Like we talked about last time.
And now it's completely fallen off. Where is Starfield? Who's playing Starfield?
Yeah.
It's in the stars.
It's in the stars. It's gone. And how much money did they spend on it? Did they really even recoup close to the amount of money they spent on it? Probably not. So I think them getting Activision, they spent $69 billion, but at the same time, the amount of money that they're going to recoup from all of the different IPs that they have is just gonna at least make Microsoft float for now. Because
Microsoft doesn't need to float. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, man.
They are, but Xbox itself is not making that much money.
No, they lose the money.
The Xbox completely loses the money. Like there's no financial interest in it. So at this point, it's like at a certain point they have to look at it and be like, is it even worth making all of the like the whole console and everything like that? And it's like maybe not. So yeah, I just think that this is to keep Microsoft kind of floating.
I'll have to wait
Or
and see.
not Microsoft, but Xbox.
I have a question for you guys. With all the IPs that they own, Pat, I'm going to ask this question to you too, because I think you have some pretty good input on this. What dead IP would you like to see come back?
I want an ultra realistic Spyro.
Ultra realistic.
Just you're running
Like a
around.
real dragon?
Yeah, you're running around as a
One
real
that
dragon.
I really played early on, Tenchu.
Yeah, I'm with Pat on that.
Tenchu? What is Tenchu?
Tenchu
So
is,
Tenchu, could you say Tenchu was like the first kind of stealth game?
Splinter
First
Cell.
violent? Okay, yeah.
Siphon Filter.
Oh yeah.
Siphon Filter, technically.
On
Maybe
PlayStation
Metal
1?
Gear.
It was a
Maybe it was
PlayStation.
Metal Gear.
Tenchu was PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Tenchu, the original Tenchu
I think Metal
was.
Gear's the original one.
Metal Gear, I think, is the
Pardon
OG.
me. Yeah.
But
All hail the king.
But like a 3D one, I think it was Tenchu. It was
Tenchu. Okay.
So it's a stealth action game.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Tenchu walks so Ninja Gaiden can run.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
Isn't Ninja Gaiden a hack and slash?
But like, But like, how would they bring back a
but
game
like
that old would
ninja-esque
be?
type
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
okay.
A game that old would, I mean, if they brought it back, it'd be very similar, probably reminiscent to like, I would say like maybe a Ghost of Tsushima style.
It'd be close.
Yeah. So, yeah, if they brought that back, do you think it would
Ghost,
hold a
but
candle?
more stealth.
Yeah, but would it hold a candle to like a game like that? Do you think they could make a game?
I don't think it really, and I could be wrong. I don't think it'd sell well. I just think it's more for like nostalgia.
Yeah, I don't know many Activision games that like that I could think of off the top of my head that I'm like, oh, I can't wait for them to bring it back.
Prototype?
Prototype would be dope, but I
Halo?
feel like what?
Halo's a Microsoft IP.
Halo is,
The
what
fuck?
are you
And it's
talking about?
actively going right now. It's actually really good right now, but Microsoft ain't doing shit with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fire right now, but it's really like they're not giving it any attention, which is really sad.
Huh.
Yeah, the multiplayer's in a good spot right now.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
What did you say right before we got onto that? You said a game.
No, I think you were saying.
Yeah, go.
I said Halo, and I was.
No, before Halo. There's another game.
I don't think he said anything.
He did. He said a
he?
game.
Tenchu.
No, there's Tenchu, there was Halo, and there was something in between that.
What was
Now
it?
it's gonna
Hang on, just
perk me.
keep talking. I'll try and think. What?
I want to see Hexen come back.
Prototype. Prototype was what we were talking
Oh,
about.
yeah,
There we
okay.
go. Prototype.
I didn't say he did.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. My bad. Prototype would be dope. I just think that I would be worried for them to make it a. What was that game that came out on Crackdown?
Crackdown's a current IP.
No, it's a current IP, but I'm saying I feel like you know how in the most recent
I'm saying a
Crackdown.
dead IP.
No, I'm not saying Crackdown. I'm saying Prototype. If they were to bring it back, I feel like they would give it the Crackdown treatment with what they did with the last one, which it made it very arcadey. Like even in the newest Saints Row, it's more arcadey,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like it feels very arcade style. I feel like that's exactly what they would go with Prototype because it kind of had that filtered in with like the point system and all that.
Interesting.
So, but I don't know. I don't even think they could do it. I don't think they could do a good job with it.
I think they could do it if they base it off like a Spider-Man type. Because Spider-Man does well, right?
That's true.
Yeah, but
So-
then you're going right up against Spider-Man.
That doesn't matter.
Direct
They have their
comparison.
own. Well, Xbox doesn't get Spider-Man, so people will buy it.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't. We'll have to see. We'll have to see where Microsoft goes with this because like every single time they've gotten an IP, what have they done with it? Give me a good track
I can't remember
record.
the last banger that they had, really.
You can't even
There
name
isn't.
one. So it's like
Besides,
Yeah.
Vision
Activision has
or like Microsoft.
no Microsoft themselves. Ever since they've acquired like Bethesda, like Capcom. Maybe you can argue
don't have
Resident.
Capcom.
No, sorry, they don't have Capcom. They have Bethesda. Who else do they have? They got someone right before Bethesda too.
They picked up a lot of people.
They picked up like
There's Team
30
Ninja. There's
tons.
I can't remember. All
Yeah,
of
there's
them,
a
but
bunch
they
of
picked
them
up
that
quite
they
a
picked
few,
up.
man.
But like, what have they put out that's significant?
Starfield was the last one.
And was it really? I feel like it was a drop in a pond.
It was a good
there was
game
a ripple.
on release.
It was a ripple for a short period, and then now it's gone.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, it was a good game for release and for
Yeah,
like the
it's
first
just-
month and a half, maybe 2 months.
It's just it was overshadowed in between two games,
Baldur's Gate
Baldur's
really, I
Gate?
think, killed it.
and then Cyberpunk
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The redo of Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
realistically.
But you
Yeah,
have to
the
go.
revive of that
Yeah.
game.
But you have to go up against those things, and it's like those. If your hurdles are like the problem with other developers dropping games, I don't think you survive.
Well, there's a lot of games like that just had unfortunate timing. What
true.
was Titanfall in between Call of Duty and
Yeah,
Titanfall.
Titanfall
Titanfall
was
is so
yeah.
underestimated.
Yeah.
I love that
Not-
game.
Like
Titanfall 2 was better.
Yeah, sorry. Titanfall 2
2 was
Titanfall
the
2.
better one.
timing is everything when it comes to it. Like it's you never foresee when other games are releasing. You just gotta it's just drop in the well. You
Yeah,
never
pretty
know what's
much.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see this as the biggest thing in the world. Although it's
I
huge.
can see them bringing back Skylanders as a microtransaction game.
That'd be so tough.
Well, what would you like a sequel of specifically? Not just like a reboot.
Gears of War 6.
Oof, after 5? Where would
Like
they go?
Activision style or
I don't know, but
Microsoft
I
style?
want them to go somewhere.
Activision style.
Activision.
Oh.
I would like
Tenchu
to see.
2.
I'm actually kind of down.
No,
with,
I know, but like remake both of them.
I'm actually kind of down with the sequel to Spyro. That's a little
Yeah.
bit more hardcore, like hard.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Get hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like a more
Mature?
dragon-esque Spyro, not as Kitty. You know, like actually give us some like ferocity behind Spyro. Not just like this mystical dragon thing.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
That
okay.
would
Yeah.
be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope. I could see that. I'd be interested. I don't know if I'd buy or if I'd watch the gameplay of it, but
But it depends on how good it is, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
It depends
I think
on
it depends on
how
how
good
good
it
it
is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we've
I
done
think
this
we
one.
kind of hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and what do we have next on our list?
Mr. P. Liza P.
So we have Best Buy and Walmart.
Oh yes.
Best Buy and Walmart.
So apparently, is it this year or starting next year?
Next year.
So starting next year, for some godly reason, Best Buy and Walmart is like, hey, DVDs, Blu-rays, who needs them?
No, it's not for some ungodly reason. It's for what they think is a very significant reason.
Who needs them?
Exactly. That's the question. Who needs them?
Right?
I think for them it takes up a lot of inventory space. It's a lot of physical media that just gets stolen from them.
True, but
And it's things that depreciate in value over time.
my whole thing, and like I guess this is my one argument point, is like I guess the parallel would be for collector's editions for games for movies. Right now it's like you don't.
Well, that would be, I think, the only thing that they would offer at this point. If they did a
Oh,
special
okay, cool.
edition
Yeah,
movie, it wouldn't be a physical thing in terms of what the actual movie is. It'd be like a download voucher code with some cool shit behind it.
Okay, yeah,
That's
cool.
what-
That's so like
That's 90% of movies now.
That's
90% of movies have the voucher code already in there. On the Blu-rays, they have the vouchers.
It's
Sure.
included with the
With the
physical
Blu-ray
ones.
physicals.
Sure.
So they're just going to remove the disc at this point.
That's okay, cool. But for me, it is what it is at that point. But that's where they're gonna go eventually,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Or next year anyway.
Makes
I
sense,
don't know. It for those companies, yeah, it would make sense. But at a consumer standpoint, it does. I'd say 60% of people, 70%, digital would be the way to go. But after Amazon removed certain people's movies and people were like, what the hell, where's my movie? I don't think they understand or actually read those fine prints where you don't actually own those movies. You just have the licensing rights to them.
Okay, so this is something
no one
that,
ever
because
reads the fine print.
so one of my buddies actually has like a bunch of DVDs. They would just on a family night, like when they wanted to watch a movie. Of course, it's released earlier on like CD before it's put on streaming networks or anything. So they just get the physical and they'd watch it at they do it like a family night, right? So he had a bunch. So he gave me a bunch of voucher codes. That's how I know about him. So I entered him in. This was a decade ago, and I had like a small catalog of movies, probably like 14 movies that I just had on my laptop. The thing is, over time, like they didn't actually make the program to run it
Yeah.
or stream it. So what happened was some of those companies rolled over, and then eventually just that whole catalog is gone.
That's what happened with Ultraviolet. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Do you
with
remember Ultraviolet?
Yeah, Ultraviolet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
had a bunch of codes.
Yep.
I redeemed like half of them, and then the other half, it was like 3 years ago. I tried redeeming like Ultraviolet no longer exists.
No longer exists. So all those movies
Weird
are
because
gone.
I remember it.
But they're all gone now, and they keep. It's happened like 2 or 3 times. It's happened like 2 or 3 times, and like the whole digital catalog thing for movies, video games is kind of different because you can.
It's the same with video games.
It is.
Yeah, but it's replayability, and they don't remove as many. Whereas
Right now they don't
you're
remove
so-
as many.
don't.
but your
but
Sony
big-
catalog
no.
isn't going to roll over.
Hold on, like the biggest blunder was Telltale when they went out of business. All those games got removed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody that loved the Telltale, you can't access them anymore.
yeah.
The biggest one too, if your account gets banned, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't touch it. Yeah,
You're,
yeah.
you're
all that-
rebuying shit all over again.
Yes, but you don't have. If you're a normal player, if you're a normal, average, run-of-the-mill guy, and you have your Sony catalog, you do not have to worry about Sony just being like, "Oh, we're out of business now."
Sure, but
Peace. Your catalog's gone.
it is gone.
But I'm saying you don't have to worry about that because like in terms of Sony, they're not They're not going to roll over.
No, but it's the fact that if they do, it's done, right? Like
Sure.
all those movies and stuff are gone.
Yeah. For the
Right.
movies, but what
And
I'm
then
saying is
if
there's
you
more
have to
stability with video
repurchase them
games.
again, you're repurchasing them at full price, or you're waiting for like a black sale or Black Friday sale, or like a
Whoa!
hold on,
My
hold on,
goodness.
hold on,
Whoa.
a Black Friday sale, or
What year are
Boxing
you
Day.
in? What year are we in, bro? Because I thought we were in 2023, not 1923.
Hey man, my people were enslaved by the Brits during that time.
Oh
Chill the fuck out.
Goodness.
Chill the we on the chill
What
the fuck
year
out.
are we in? That one looks pretty good.
That one looks pretty good.
You said it, not me. Okay. No, but realistically, you're waiting for those sales to happen so you can buy them at a cheaper rate. Otherwise, they're just doing they're going to do what the video game industry is doing, and that's charging the same full price for a game, whether it's disc or digital. And the video game industry was like, oh, we're going to put it digitally because this way it can be cheaper, blah, 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 and we don't have to package that. It's all bullshit.
No, that's all. That's
all
all
bullshit.
No. And here's an interesting question I just thought of. And this is a question. This is a question I think that's been going on for like what 5 years, ever since like Game Pass was really a big thing. Do you think streaming becomes the new way for video games?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No. Like,
So why do you think that movies went that way and video games won't?
well, hold on. What we're seeing right now, no, it's not. It's sure it'll eventually end up that way, but it's going to take a big hit as well. What we're seeing right now with like Disney, Netflix, HBO, Amazon, they're starting to remove programs because they can't keep storing them anymore. And programs that aren't actually delivering or being well watched is all being removed now. And so are we going to get to that with video games? If we're going to be streaming video games, then yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Let's say you had a cult fan favorite, okay? Let's say it's fucking Lion King from back in the day, right? That's your favorite game. If it's not performing well with others, they're just going to fucking remove that. You won't have that game anymore.
Yeah, sure, but like if let's say, for example, that's the safety net of your library. So quote unquote, I understand that you're not that safe.
That's the thing. You won't. They can remove it from your library.
No, yes, and I get that, but it's on the most rare occasion.
It's not though.
So how
anymore.
often does
it's
it happen?
not though.
How
anymore.
often is it happening?
If it's not performing like we've
How
seen
often
with
is it
Look
happening?
at Netflix when they had like the catalog downgrade.
Yes.
It was each month they were removing.
Yeah,
Disney,
no.
and not just that, but
that's
Disney
with
too
movie-
now.
Yeah, with movies,
Really?
I'm not talking about movies though. I'm talking about video games. The reason I'm
Yeah.
bringing this
Well,
up,
they
the
would-
point is,
They would remove every month if it's not.
Yeah.
like, how many games are being removed? Is it so many that
Well, right now nothing is being removed because we're not at that point yet, but
Sure.
we're gonna get to that point eventually.
But that's all speculation.
no,
We don't
it's
know
not.
that.
No, it's not fucking speculation.
Why?
This is the trajectory.
Did they already plan it? Did they say it?
If we're going towards a streaming platform
Speculation.
for games, you're gonna see that.
If we go towards streaming, that's exactly
Yeah.
my question. Are we gonna go towards
we
streaming?
are. We already
You
are.
have to, because all of the games are server side, so that means they're on, like, installed on a server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna run out of space no matter
They're,
what.
and they're gonna get rid of
Like,
underperformers.
The more they add stuff, the more they're gonna it's gonna
No
build
company
up.
is gonna just upgrade their service so they can keep old shit that people aren't really playing anymore. Maybe like the 1,000 people that are playing it. Oh yeah, we're not gonna keep this because there's only 1,000 of you playing it. It's not gonna work like that. They're not gonna upgrade their servers just to keep a small group of people happy. It's not happening, dude.
Yes, but so now if we look at our libraries on all of our platforms, like let's say on PlayStation, because we have the lovely Spider-Man up because we're hyped for Spider-Man 2. Those libraries, very few games get taken out. There's only been a couple.
As of right now, sure.
As of right now. I'm speaking completely as of right now. I'm not
Sure.
talking about future, right? But
No, but we're gonna have to talk about the future because
we
never thought
we can talk,
No,
we
no.
can speculate, but
The-
we don't
the-
have any factual basis.
Yeah, we do. We 100% do. I don't
Okay.
understand where you're coming from with this because we have it with Disney removing. It's starting with movies. Disney's removing it, Amazon's removing it, Netflix removing it, HBO's doing it.
Yes.
Now, if we're starting with movies, it's gonna happen to video games. Why wouldn't it happen with video games?
I just don't see that happening.
Then you're really blindsided to that part of the
I don't
industry
see it
then, man.
happening anytime soon. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
What's your time frame?
I'd give it before they started really removing like at a pace that we're talking about for like Netflix, Disney, we probably have 10, 15 years.
I say 5 years.
10,
5.
15.
Considering how big the game is right now, I think it's gonna be like
5 years.
5 years.
100%.
I say 3.
Whoa. Yeah, big take, but yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah, I'd say 5 years. The reason why is because with Sony jacking up their prices and they're now got this whole streaming thing settled with what they're doing. Microsoft's already doing it. I'm sure like Netflix has got streaming games for fuck's sakes, and I think Amazon does too. We're gonna see like Epic and Steam. I'm pretty sure will follow suit because it's like okay, subscription. You can still buy games, but why not do a subscription?
The way that I think about it is that like the second one gaming thing does it, everyone's just gonna follow suit.
I don't think the problem with it being the technology isn't there right now for streaming to be like very hot in terms of video games, in terms of live action games. Okay,
What year are
Multiplayer
you
games.
living in?
I agree
What
with
year
Coop,
are you-
though.
Yeah, it's not.
Not everyone can stream video games.
Yes, it's really
When you say
data
not everyone, though, where are you picking?
No, you really
Major metropolis cities?
Depends on the internet that you're buying.
you literally need optic fiber if you want it, and even then there are some issues. There's lag spikes, there's small things.
I have 3K down and up. I still can't play it properly.
Yeah. So you got to think like this technology.
Sounds like a
Yes,
skill issue,
it's
you know what
gonna
I'm
come. Yes, it's gonna come when we get to the point where we're streaming. But the technology is not there yet. We are still like, yes, you can play single player games to a certain extent as long as they're not super data heavy. But the moment you get to these super big, expansive games, streaming them isn't the opportune way to do it yet.
Now, what would you consider streaming like on? Is it PlayStation Now?
PlayStation Now was
Yeah.
one of them, and that had tons of issue.
Was one of them.
Was one of them.
But
yeah.
of course, the technology wasn't there for it back then.
There's for PC, you can do it as well, right? There's something. There was a, what was that? There was a little
Microsoft
game,
Store.
No, there was a little gaming thing that came out.
Oh, you're talking about Google's fucking
Stadia?
Stadia, there we go.
That one went
Stadia
down. That's
completely gone, and that's Google. Like Google couldn't
And then-
even do it.
No, and that proves my point though. Is Google wanted to support it, but they dropped support for it, and they just didn't give a fuck anymore. And then all those people that bought all those games, but there's for the streaming devices, they fucking lost out.
Yes, but do you know why they went out? The reason they went out is because they couldn't maintain it because the technology's not there yet.
Google
to stream
is
it.
the biggest
And they
conglomerate.
couldn't
They
do
have,
it.
Exactly.
And they couldn't do it. The thing
it's
is,
mostly
that's why I'm saying
'cause-
streaming won't happen.
It was mostly
For,
because of
like,
the
an-
internet. Internet technology. You know how they were trying to do like Google Internet?
Yeah.
They were installing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, they had
and
the
then
Google
a
Internet
lot
thing.
of countries were blocking them because it would mess up with their internet plans and stuff because they wanted to go cheaper.
Yeah.
Google wanted to give cheaper internet and faster.
Yeah.
And so it was just major corporations cock blocking them.
Yeah.
So like we don't want this lobby against this.
Yeah, they were basically like the cutting edge of like fiber optic. They wanted to give fiber optic to
Google Fiber.
everybody. Google Fiber was supposed to be the biggest thing. They came out like this was like what, like a decade ago. This was a long time ago.
Was it a decade ago?
I don't know. It was a
I think
long time ago.
2015.
Maybe 2015. Sure, 8 years ago. So like, yeah, it's been a while. But like I said, that's the only reason I give such a long timeline for streaming and all of the server side issues to start becoming a thing because I just don't think the technology's there to start streaming yet. The biggest thing is these libraries are going to be good. I want to say for a good 10 to 15 years before we have major things like major titles being removed. Not these little indie titles that are just run of the mill that are made for $15. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about major games.
I don't think so.
Well, we'll see.
I think like 3
well,
to 5.
no, I mean, it's not going to be major titles. I mean, Disney didn't get rid of really any major titles either when it came to their movies.
Question.
They got rid of a lot of small bullshit shows that didn't make it.
Yeah, and it starts that
And
way.
a lot of like cult hits.
Yeah, and it starts
that's
that way.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not going to get rid of major games right away. They're going to get rid of all the tiny stuff first.
Yeah.
All the little cult classics that people love.
I don't think it'll be cult classics because I think it's going to be those games that really nobody knows about. There's tons of games.
I don't think so. I mean, sorry, you were going to
I was gonna ask you, when did they start removing stuff from Plus? Because I
last year.
Really?
Willow,
Yeah.
the cult classic Willow,
Yeah.
gone.
What?
It's being removed.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and then the new show because of the new show that they did, it utterly failed, so they're getting rid of that and the movie.
What?
Yep.
I had no idea that like.
There's a bunch of other ones too, but like Like cult classics will be the first to go. 100%.
In terms of movies right now, I really don't think it's going to get that big for gaming. Like I said, 10, 15 years, maybe you'll start to see some really old classics go away. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening that soon.
So you think that long, and Pat, you think that long too?
No, he has a different timeline.
Like
but
10 to...
5 years.
Yeah.
I still think it's 5
5
years.
years.
Even though I agree with Coop that like technology is not there.
Okay.
Like, but still, the more they add stuff, the more like. Have you seen how many gigabytes some games are now?
Homie, to play the COD beta, I had to re-download COD. That bitch was like $1.50. I'm like, there's no way in fuck I am keeping this game on my hard
And that's
drive.
just for the beta.
That's for the fucking beta.
for the online portion.
Yeah.
And like,
that's base game, not including first day
yeah,
patch.
and apparently,
yes, streaming it doesn't take as much gigabytes.
yeah, but like
still-
apparently you can like download that, and if you don't want the campaign, you can like uninstall that. If you don't want multiplayer, you can like uninstall that. So apparently you can like customize the download. Why don't we go to the root, and why the fuck is this $1.50 for base, not including DLC skins and all that bullshit? That's insane to me.
That's just every game though. That's just how big games
That's
are
just
getting.
insane to me though.
Like the amount of detail you look at all these new games. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that came out 4 years ago now, something along the line, 2019 was it?
That was only like 70 gigs though. Pretty sure it was only like 70, 80
No, it
gigs.
was a lot bigger than that.
it was on launch. I think there was an update.
Like if you're talking
90.
PC, sure, but console wise, pretty sure it was like 70, 80 gigs.
Because Baldur's Gate 130 gig.
120.
Starfield was
Red Dead
almost
Redemption
150.
is 120, and that was 4 years ago. It was one of the biggest games. I mean, think
Yeah,
about
but the
the
map
level
was
of
huge.
Yeah, the map was massive, but also the level
No,
of
dude,
detail.
this is your article's from 2023, so they're probably incorporating everything at 120.
Yeah,
Maybe you're right.
yeah, like there's a lot of games.
I don't know. I just like the fact that base COD is like 150. I'm just like, that's
Nintendo does it.
What?
Remove games.
They do, but they
Nintendo.
That's
let you-
Nintendo though.
They let you keep the games if you have.
If
them
you've
downloaded.
already but
Yeah.
that's my point though,
Yeah.
right? Is they
Nintendo's
it's gone.
Nintendo does what they want.
Nintendo, Nintendo's notorious for doing all that kind of stuff where they just
Technically, it has happened before they removed games. What was it? That horror game.
Shit. Which one?
With Hideo Kojima.
Oh, Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill.
Yeah.
They took that down. Just the demo too.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's true. Yeah, the demo's
They were
gone.
like,
Those consoles, I think, are people that have
that had the demo
Were reselling
was
for, like,
selling
thousands of
the
dollars.
console.
But like to
For
get
a
back,
demo.
to get back to that point I was making, these games are getting so detailed that like there are small, minute details that you might not know. Like you might be looking and you're just looking at a plant. Some dude spent probably like a month, 2 months just making that plant.
God bless his soul for
God bless his
making,
soul for
and
making it.
I understand like the work that goes into it. Just that like the fact that some base games are that much kind of just.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. Like we're gonna start it's been going this way for so long that we're gonna.
That's
get
why
to a
I
point
pick and
where
choose
games,
like what I play these days.
Yeah.
Just because it's so big.
Well, games are gonna get to the point where they're like so big that like you're gonna need like 10 terabytes, right? Like a game is probably gonna get to a point. I don't know when. I'm not giving you a timeline on this, but it'll be a terabyte.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, with that.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I
You know,
think
Genshin, the creators of Genshin is trying to make a sort of online type of game, like VR.
Are they?
They're
I'm
trying.
in. Sign me up. Plug me in. Fuck the world.
Oh, dude, full dive would be crazy.
My
A full live would be nuts. Until we get locked in and we're screwed.
so. What do we?
Tell you,
Have,
watch Shangri-La Frontier. It's way better than Sword Art Online.
Is that the one that you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
so what do we have next on the docket?
Sword Art Online.
Japan anonymity.
Oh,
Oh, this is a pretty cool one.
this is an interesting one.
So Japan is getting rid of their anonymity rules for
Anonymity.
VTubers.
Actually, Pat, do you want to explain this? Because you know a little bit more about
Yeah,
this.
yeah, you probably know more than us.
Okay, so pretty much Japan, a month or two ago, released a new law that says that after a certain period after this was passed, all unknown authors,
VTubers.
VTubers, idols, or like
My God, who's behind Hatsune Miku?
yeah, they pretty much have to
Holy
reveal themselves.
Yeah.
Their names specifically.
That's crazy.
So that I don't know what really happened, why they decided to do this.
That, I feel like we need. I'm gonna try to look into that later. But that's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah.
Look,
Theory corner.
the thing is, I'm not necessarily like this rule. I don't really have many strong feelings for. I don't really care too much.
You were crying about it before the pod.
No, I
You
think
were.
there's one thing that I was really crying for, and it's the fact that they did this, but they didn't remove censoring from porn.
Oh, easy.
Give me uncensored Japanese porn right now.
That's never gonna happen.
God damn it!
It's never gonna happen.
All I want is this one scene of uncensored.
Like, look at hentai. They don't even. They censor
Don't get me
that.
started.
too.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started right now, because I'm gonna lose my.
Yeah.
goddamn
So
mind.
I don't know.
Another hole in the wall.
Considering some of the crazy fans out there, especially in Japan.
I
don't
think
know.
it'd be scary for a VTuber to be like, yeah, my name is XYZ, and then everyone's like, ah! Right?
Look at Jujutsu Kaisen author. He's
Yeah.
unknown
Yeah.
or
GG.
GG Akutami.
and then you know how many death threats he got with
Yeah, I do know. I know what you're talking about. He got a shit ton of death threats. I can't say why because it's bad spoilers for both of you guys. But it was.
I know. I know.
I don't.
Actually,
don't
yeah,
tell
you
me.
know because it
I
got
know.
spoiled for you.
By you.
I didn't tell you.
I'll explain how you did.
Well, that's your fault. You shouldn't have asked.
Okay, come on.
Don't tell me. Do not tell me.
But he got like mad death threats.
Well, the first one was I can't say it because it's gonna happen soon. In the anime. The first one and then the second one.
Yeah.
Wait, so on two different occasions you got
Yeah.
death threats? Oh
Yeah,
my
the
God.
first one's gonna. A lot of anime watchers are probably gonna freak out and stop. watching.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
You think so?
There's a good.
There's a good chance.
It might happen.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah,
Really?
no,
You think it's gonna be that divisive?
Yeah. You know how many people
Don't.
simp for this person?
Okay, sure, but like,
No,
I don't know.
Trust me, there's crazy fans everywhere. Like My Hero, for one. That's like
yeah.
All Might
I've-
Deku? Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the Bakugo and Deku
yeah,
like love
that
story.
the death threats from there. Even Attack on Titan.
that's true. Yeah.
Like there's some crazy fans out there.
Like when Sasha died.
I was heartbroken. I was like, oh my God. Not the fucking
Yeah.
potato girl. Mm-hmm. Good Lord.
Yeah.
What'd
Yeah,
she
it-
do?
It's
it's a
an
crazy.
interesting rule. I don't understand why they did it though. Was there like a specific reason
For what?
for
No,
this new
I-
law?
I
Like, or
don't
is it just
know.
like out of the blue?
Like
Because I'd like to know like actually why they made it. It just sounds so random to me.
It's a
Okay.
crazy thing.
So, this is from some site called The Diplomat. It's mainly
They're sponsoring
Asia-
the podcast today.
Asia Pacific. Anyways, it says the main impetus for the passage of the new law is a desire to share more information with the United States as the security situation facing Japan becomes more concerning. Japan has historically been known as a spy heaven, and the need to change this stigma is what is driving recent developments.
So it's the United States.
Well, no, it's mainly Japan and then
I heard
and its allies.
the
Realistically,
United States, dude. This is
Of
all
Japan.
the U.S.'s problem.
Yeah, like I have a big problem with it because even people that weren't hiding behind like a persona, right? Like the idols that had their names fully out there. You know how many of them were killed by crazy fans?
that's
Yeah, you're not wrong on that. I do think it's... I don't necessarily think I'm for it. I don't understand why it's a thing. I just want them to uncensor my Japanese porn.
it just feels very totalitarian.
I'm with you.
It's not like they have to reveal their face. I think it's just their
Name, but even then, what you get a name, you can find a face. Realistically, it just feels a little. It definitely feels totalitarian because at this point, if a figure wanted to criticize, if they wanted to maybe poke fun at, they're going to have to think twice before they do that now, with fear that the government may come after them, which is kind of crazy. That's the implication you put. Like, people's like, oh no, that's not what it's about, blah blah blah. Well, no, at this point it's not, but it can be. Like, if their government were to go a little bit more strict with rules, stuff like that, do you think they're going to allow people to criticize them, especially their own people? No, it's not going to happen. They're like, everybody's in line. That's basically what North Korea's got going on. You can't criticize them at all. Like, their people follow them to a T. They don't allow any sort of identity secrets things to happen. So it's the bigger picture is like, what is this going to become? And if Japan is doing it, who's supposed to be one of the more freedom countries, right?
No.
They kind of are. They kind
In
of
Asia,
are,
sure.
right?
I'll give you that in Asia.
They have a little bit more freedoms than most other countries do. Like, what's going to happen? What's already going to happen in future? Like with other countries that stout that they have freedoms amongst their people. Like, no one's going to be able to criticize anything about.
Well,
the
we
government.
even kind of have it now where we can't even see fucking news from our own country on like Facebook and stuff.
Well, we can't see outside sources.
You can't say outside sources.
Yeah.
You can still see news.
It's got to be Canadian
Oh,
first.
that's right.
It's gotta be Canadian
Yeah.
news. Yeah.
Sorry.
Right,
Yeah.
And Canadian content first, but then outside content is more blocked upon. Well, news anyway.
Yeah.
It's not really blocked. It's just not advertised.
Right.
It's not like
Yeah,
front page.
still
right?
crazy
You have
to
to
think,
search for
though.
it. So you are right. It is kind of weird for them to do that, but. Yeah, when it comes to the Japan rule, the only thing that I worry about is the safety for the artists. I think that's the main thing that really concerns me, is just safety. It's a whole safety thing. Like, these people obviously are putting out content, and their content is beloved by many. And if they make a choice writing that some crazy
Not even a
diehard
choice.
fan,
If they just make a change to the overall program,
Yeah.
and people lose your shit over it,
Yeah,
and they
that-
start coming after them, that's gonna put that person in danger.
That's my main thing. I'm not too like, I don't know if really the government criticism thing would take place too much. I mean, it can. I'm not saying it can't.
It has.
I'm just
I mean, you can look at the history, man. It's there.
in Japan.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Sure,
Throughout
sure.
the
In general,
world.
yeah.
The
But
history is there.
I know
dude.
one person that's openly criticizing the Japanese government.
Who?
Oda.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, the One Piece, like, the world government there is literally
Oh,
just...
his story's now becoming true. Oh my God, we're
like-
gonna have One Piece pirates.
But I don't see it happening like them going full China and just nuking people. I don't think that'll happen. But like,
We're gonna have to bleep that out.
Why? What? We're not in China, dude. We're not part of the Chinese regime.
That's what you would think.
We're not part of Xi
China has
Jinping's.
a lot of stuff.
They have a lot of reach, man.
Sure, they do, but like, you're not gonna get subdued because you hear people talk about this all the time. But
Yo, if you want Coop's address, government, I'll let you know where he's at.
hey, man, I didn't say I'm necessarily against it. I love you, Xi Jinping. Thank you for becoming our supreme leader.
You just said he nukes his people.
He's a great government, dude. He's great. But to get back to it, yeah, the one thing that my biggest worry is the safety for them. I wish they did this a little bit better, where maybe you have to,
Well,
like, if you
and
want.
that's kind of the thing. There's no specific to the law. It's a very vague law. It's that's what I'm kind of reading here right now. Is there's nothing specific about it as to like the protections and everything.
If they made like a database, like, let's say for like artists who want to go behind the wall, but they have to have their information like for the government, then maybe at least it's semi-secure, whatever.
like a conscription almost.
No, not conscription. I'm just talking about like if they wanted that anonymity for the public persona.
A registry is what you're asking for.
Yeah, basically, for you to go in. But to if you wanted that, like, you don't necessarily have to do that, or you can put yourself into the category of, I don't really care, I don't need the anonymity, right? Then at least it offers the protection from the crazy fans.
Sure, but then they're no longer private citizens
Why aren't they private citizens?
because you're registering with the government.
We all register with the government. What are you talking about?
There's a certain degree of like private citizenship that you would have at that point, though.
But no, we have to register for a multitude of things. There's tons of jobs
no, 100%
in the market that
there
you
is.
have to.
But
it would just be another form of that. And it would be a database for sure. But like, I mean, it's not like the Japanese government doesn't know who these people are.
No, but it's not just that. But if they're a part of a registry, then I don't know if Japan has like a Freedom of Information Act, like, or freedom of like something that we have similar and the U.S. has similar. If they have something like that, then anybody can pull anything about their information about that person's.
Sure, yeah. I don't know if they have that. We're at this point we're in speculation territory. But like, I just say that I'll just say it one last time. Yeah, it's just I'm worried about the artist's safety. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, for me, it's just like what bigger repercussions is this going to have later on?
That's
my thing. It's
like a last thing.
Like it starts
Curious
there.
to see like how it kind of rolls out.
Yeah, like it starts there. You give them like a foot, they'll take a mile, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how crazy it gets because there's already a lot of crazy shit happening. So it's kind of nuts.
It's the world.
Yeah.
What's next on the docket?
This will be the last thing.
Final one is
topic.
Destiny.
Oh, we got some we can talk about some Destiny stuff.
What this pod is built on.
Yeah.
Destiny and anime, realistically.
So Destiny, we got Festival of Lost starting legit tomorrow.
That'll be exciting. Are you guys excited for the new armor?
Dude.
I actually like Festival of Lost better than the Season of the Yawn.
Season of the what?
Season of the. Do you mean Dawning?
Yes. When people call it Season of the
I
Yawn.
see. It's like, what the fuck is
I
the Season of the
don't,
Yawn?
man. The haunted lost sectors are so.
But there's a
utterly
twist this time.
boring. Oh my god, what's the twist?
The Eerie Engrams.
Eerie engrams and hocus focusing, meaning I get to go and do the same activity over and over and over a million times. and I
You don't
wanna kill
have to
myself.
fucking play the game, but you choose to. So shut the fuck up.
That doesn't mean I can't complain about the one content that's so boring that's literally been rehashed for 4 years.
I understand that, but you chose to take a break and come back for these things specifically.
No, not for this. I wanted them to bring back something. At least bring back the what do you call it? The Vex Forest.
Oh yeah, the Vex Forest was
The
pretty
Vex
tight.
Forest was sick, dude. Bring
Forest
that
is pretty
back.
tight.
It's not like they can't.
That's true.
It's not like they don't have it in their catalog.
They do have it in their coding.
You could have two different things: the haunted lost sectors and that.
That would
Don't
actually-
repeat it.
That'd actually be kind of tight.
What? Why? Why is
Have
that
two
not a
different
thing?
activities,
Dude.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, I know.
Just
I know.
give people the
I know.
choice.
I
See,
like.
this is the only.
I'm
thing.
with you, but like it's just
Now, don't get me wrong. The hocus focusing
You're
and
wrong.
the eerie engrams,
Wrong.
I actually really
wrong.
like that. I think that's a great addition.
I didn't even know they were doing that. I would did.
And
Yeah.
That.
Here, so I'll pull it up because I
While he's looking for.
no,
How
I
do
have
you-
it pulled up.
How do you?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, okay. How do you feel about the Hunter armor coming out?
I feel like you guys got the best armor.
Yeah,
We-
Titans did.
Titans do have.
You guys have
Titans
the
got the
illest armor on the
got the
set.
best.
Yo,
Yeah.
Titans got it. Time to return. Let's go.
Titans got this cool.
We've had like the last 3, maybe 4.
No, the dinosaurs
Costumes?
were the hunters.
We had a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, but they were a raptor, dude.
We had a fucking T-Rex, my guy. T-Rex Rex Raptors. Jurassic Park taught me anything. T-Rex Rex Raptors.
King.
Yeah, straight up.
What were we?
It's cool, you have a raptor.
Triceratops.
Oh, cool. You have a raptor that's a little quick. We'll fucking tail swipe you, dude. get
You
wrecked.
know what? Your Gundam armor. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
you
we
guys
also
are
had Gundam armor.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like I get
True.
it.
They,
Yeah, no, I know, yeah.
I give it to
Yeah.
him. No, 100% Titans always get the best armor when it comes to this.
Halloween,
But
baby.
I will say, like I kind of think warlocks and hunters get really good.
What did
ones.
Warlocks get? A beetle?
For us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I think-
not in hunt. I think
Or is it-
Dawning.
or is it
Dawning
Spider?
armor.
No, I'm asking like the specific armor
for the season
Halloween
of the
event.
Lost,
yeah, for the Halloween event. Yeah,
I think we
Titans
got
did it.
a beetle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's pretty.
beetle.
Yeah.
I don't even know what hunters are.
That's pretty butt.
Nice.
What are the hunters?
I actually don't know.
Isn't it an ant or a spider? No, it's a spider.
No.
What are you guys-
Spider is
We're
Titan.
getting spider.
Spider's Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
you
not
guys are a spider.
spiders.
We're a beetle. What the fuck are you guys? Lame. That's what you guys are. Up top. You know what I'm saying? There it is.
That was a good one.
Woo!
I'm playing Warlock right now. You
I know. I'm kidding.
dumb
I'm kidding.
piece of
You
shit.
playing?
Yeah,
trashy-
Beetle Boys.
No. It's gross, okay? The Spider's way better.
It really is.
So I wanted to go over the Eerie Engram cost because I think that this was actually a really cool addition.
I have a question.
Go.
Can you actually, as you're doing that, can you actually see what the hunters got for the costume? Because I am curious.
I will go.
Don't worry, I'll
He'll
look.
look
yeah,
it up
yeah.
while I'm going over this.
Now
So-
that you asked that, I'm like, what are they again?
So they are going to allow you to focus the Festival of Lost Weapons. So you can do a randomized weapon like an engram.
Hey, pay attention to him. I'll
aren't even-
pull it
No,
up. in a
I
second.
know what this is. You don't.
Yeah, you should probably listen in on this. But we'll go over that in a second. So they're going to allow you to randomize focus for 500 candy and 1 Eerie Engram.
Oof.
So
500 candy?
I think you got about 200.
Don't you get like 250 per strike?
250 a strike, something
Yeah.
like that. So it's like 2 strikes.
So if you do like a grand
okay.
master,
That's
you
not
might get
bad.
like a thousand.
yeah, I think you
1,500?
get close to like 1,000 or something. So you're gonna get quite a bit. Like it's not like they're super difficult to get or anything.
Okay.
So the randomized one will come at 500 candy, 1 Eerie
have a
Engram.
question, or
If you want a
no?
specific one, it's gonna cost 1 Eerie Engram and 1,000 candy. So that's gonna be the focus if you want a specific weapon.
What
Interesting.
season is it on now?
We're on 22.
22.
Did I come back?
No, you don't. You don't. And then for the
so many games.
this is my favorite part: the exotics. So they're
Caught
allowing
of grips,
you,
here I come finally.
So they are allowing you to focus for specific exotics. So like you'll be able to focus for like helmets, arms, legs, or chest.
Are you guys dressing up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah. What mask you guys gonna wear?
That's a good question.
It is a really good question.
Good question.
But the exotics are
Raoul,
going to be
right here.
one.
If they do Salad Man, I'm gonna be Salad Man for Halloween.
So 1 Eerie Engram and 2,500 candy, which is quite expensive.
That is
Yeah.
expensive.
But
Although-
it's for an exotic.
Although it's an exotic, and you can get exotics that you haven't previously gotten.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
It's for any exotic.
Any exotic.
Oh,
So you are able to get them.
that's kind of fire.
Can
That's
you?
what I mean.
Can
It's time
you?
for me to come back.
No.
Is it like you do it and it's random, or can you like
It's random.
specific?
No, it's random.
But is
you
it
can,
only in the pool you don't have?
You can no, but you can focus it for like a helmet, like arms, legs, or chest. So it
cut-
breaks the bracket down quite significantly.
Okay.
Do you guys know what the new masks are this year?
No.
Okay, so we're getting Mara.
Oh my God.
We're
I could
getting
be
Mara.
more solved. Yes.
We're getting Rolk. We're getting the good boy. The dog. Yeah. What I can't remember that dude's name because
Rohan.
he was kind of lame. That's not Rohan. Rohan's protege.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody knows because nobody cares.
Nimbus.
Sure.
Nimbus.
Okay, you're the only one that cares.
Up top.
Nope.
Nimbus, my
We're
favorite
getting
character.
Clovis, and I think that's Nezarek.
Maybe.
I don't know who this guy is though.
That's
That,
the
no,
fucking
that's
fish.
that's the Puka.
Oh, the
puka.
fish.
Puka.
Yeah, see it. Nobody cares about that either.
You're definitely gonna be the good boy.
What do you mean? The Puka's sick.
See, I was thinking more Rolk.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play through it, but I think I'm mainly gonna be focusing on getting exotics, just so that that way.
The exotics seem to be one that's worth it because the weapons don't seem that great,
Yeah.
except maybe the Braid Tick Wolf. Like,
There is a new GL.
There is- yeah,
And I think the old guns have come back
grenade
with new,
launcher, in case people don't know.
with new perks.
Is it grenade? Wait, is it a heavy? It's a heavy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. Heavy GLs, they're almost never going to be like really top line meta. Like they're good weapons, but I'd prefer to use almost anything else. There's much better options.
Oh, the hunters are getting a spider.
Is it still Spider?
It's still spider.
What are you guys then?
We are also spider. The beetle looks like ass
You guys are like a
Spider, and Beetle.
for the warlock. Oh god.
the Titans are like a cooler fucking spider though.
I think I like this
The
one
hunter
more.
beetle. Actually, the hunters.
That other set, that's the alternate set that was.
Actually, the beetle doesn't look too bad for the hunters.
I think I
mean,
voted.
the warlocks.
I think I voted for this one and the orange one back in February.
I can
but
see
the-
why it looks kind of plain though, and why people want the spider because the spider looks mean.
It
for
does, but I
warlocks.
feel like the glow would be cool on those beetle armors.
Interesting.
Yeah, like think of shaders that could kind of like go well.
Yeah,
with those, right?
yeah. But I mean, are we? I'm kind of on the whole festival thing.
Other than that, it's just like the Festival of the Lost.
Well, for me, I don't know if I'm going to be playing this because I'll be playing Spider-Man 2 when that shit drops.
When does the event start?
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I guess I will be
Please
playing a
have to
little bit
update.
of it. I guess I will be
I
playing.
just don't like farming for exotics.
Yeah, I mean, it
like-
is kind of
This is gonna be. It's not gonna be a very quick farm.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
But the nice part is, like, just doing everything, like, as you're doing your strikes, as you're doing, like, I don't know, any raids that you're doing, dungeons you're doing, you're collecting this passively. So over time, you're just gonna, like, accrue a ton of candy. You don't necessarily have to go in and do, like, GMs, right? You could do anything.
Yeah.
And there's always gonna be a fast farm for it, so we'll figure out what that is and see how it goes. We'll watch Cheese Forever's video and see how to get 1 billion candy in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and the GM for this week is like fucking piss easy too. It's Scarlet Keep.
Oh, so
Oh,
Yeah, it's easy as shit, and it's the
can't relate.
buzzard.
I'm excited for fucking autos.
oh, it's a buzzard?
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. ARs 600. Talk to me.
600s, 450s.
Yeah.
They're getting buffs.
We're getting
Yeah.
changes.
It's gonna be so
Are
dope.
you like an AR guy?
I am an AR guy.
Are you gonna
Fucking
bust out your
love-
old 7th Seraph?
Oh my god, yes. No, actually, I really need to try and farm the Spire stuff because like I want a reconstruction roll with either Vorpal or like actually I got one with reconstruction in Frenzy and that shit's tight. I love that gun.
On what?
On 7 Seraph.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, it's fucking great rolls, man. It's a good gun. But I want one with Vorpal. I just want one with Vorpal.
Yeah.
I love Vorpal.
Vorpal is dope.
I think my favorite AR I have is Rufus's from Ron.
Yeah.
It has reconstruction and target lock. It's spicy as shit. It's
Fuck.
spicy as hell.
That fuck.
Well, we also have the craftable Perpetualis.
Perpetualis, I think, is going to be
Is that
king
like
of 600s.
Is that the Queensguard one?
Yeah.
That one also
One you
fucks.
can get enhanced traits on, so you can get enhanced
Yeah,
target lock.
that one I think is going to be king of AR 600s.
That one fucks.
Yeah,
I
after
think
this
mine
update.
has.
I mean, I think
Mine's Hatchling and something else.
Cross said it too. He believes that Perpetualis is going to be the king of the 600 ARs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because of the shit that it has, the rolls that you can put onto it,
They're stupid.
for both PvP and PvP,
Yeah.
PvE, it's going to be fucking
stupid,
wild.
yeah.
All right, so final thoughts on Destiny?
I'm excited. I mean, it's always a fun time to kind of like
We're at the end of
dress up and
Yeah.
all the jazz.
We're at the end of the season. We got like 3 more
Quickly,
weeks.
did you guys want to talk about the end of the season and like the cutscene?
It was boring.
Yeah.
It was
They could have done more.
What happened? I
Trying to
didn't
explain
play.
to you might be hard.
So,
who died?
okay, quick recap. Eris turned into a hive god to fight Xivu Wrath. She gained some crazy ass powers.
Yeah.
At the very end of it, they brought back Savathun, who she fucking killed, to take
Eris
her power. Eris did. And then what she did with that power, instead of just obliterating Xivu Wrath, she separated her from her throne world so she couldn't be immortal anymore. Because when they have their throne world, and if they die, they just go to the throne world to revive. So Eris separated Xivu from Xivu's throne world, so she is now fucking mortal.
So she dies and then she's dead.
and then Savathun got taken out, but she really didn't. She's actually alive. We found that out at a briefing.
As a
So,
peace offering, she left her ghost with Eris. So if she feels like,
Imbaru.
yeah, Imaru. Well, I said a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him Ghost. It's
No, her ghost. No,
Yeah.
I was just saying Imaru, just to
yeah.
clarify the name. Sorry.
Savathun's ghost Imaru was left with Eris as like a safety precaution, where if Eris felt like Savathun was gonna make a move against humanity in a negative manner,
Just crush
that
Imaru.
ghost.
Yeah. So that was basically the final
Yeah.
part of it. I don't think it was. It honestly was pretty lackluster in terms of
The ending felt a little flat, I think, because they could have cutscened a lot of dope things and it would have been cool to see, but they put it in the lore book. And one of my clanmates made a point where, like, you know, you could see them trying to do it because the amount of detail.
When did I quit? Last time I played Amanda's dead, right?
Yeah, that was the beginning of this of this expansion, actually.
Okay.
So
Wait,
yeah,
that was the beginning. That was like last season though, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it was last season, not this season, not current season.
No, that was the first season.
Or that was first season.
That
Yeah,
was the
sorry,
first
my
season
bad.
of this
Yes.
expansion. Yeah.
Yes, you were right.
Yeah. So that's where we're kind of at. Like, there's a lot of detail in that lore, and I think they really wanted to, but they probably just didn't have the time. But this is what my clanmate was saying, and which is why next expansion, when Final Shape happens, and they're doing the episodic thing instead of the seasons, it'll give them more time to actually give us like cutscene episodes. Which
I think a lot of people are like hoping that they'll take time and work on like really legit cutscenes.
Yeah.
For episodes.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to see. But thank you all for watching Like, subscribe,
Comment.
comment.
Rethink your life.
How's your life going? We want to know how you're going.
There's no
how
way you
you're
just played
doing.
it, right, Pat?
He-
There's no way you just played that.
He's playing it. He's doing the sound effects now. He's got the soundboard ready.
Tell us what you think about Microsoft's final claim on Activision-Blizzard.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about the Japanese.
'cause that was-
Will this
anonymity.
change the gaming landscape?
That was
forever?
going for like how long? Like months.
No, for years.
Years? Yeah.
It's been going
Yeah.
on for a very long time.
Yeah.
So,
Started during COVID.
Yeah, 2020.
piss.
Yeah,
Yep.
3 years.
but thank you all for watching. Ballsack,
Sack
Out.
Squad.
Sack
Bye.
Squad, peace.
Oh.